Okay, hello, here we go. We're going to be critiquing the poppies now. And the two poppies that were handed in for critique, one was Tina's and another one was Jan's. So I'm going to start with Jan's. Okay, so for Jan's, now you should have this, you should have your, here I'm going to move this. You should have your handout with my, my little suggestions right here. Now, um, Jan, I know that you're not finished, of course, and but I'm just going to show you maybe where you could be headed. And I know that you mentioned something about becoming a little bit looser with your style of painting, and that's why I wanted to show you this and how to, not have to do all the little movement details that I do in the video. And I can show you how to like sum this up and finish this upper area off. Okay. And also, I just think this in here is the prettiest center ever. It's just gorgeous. The way you handled that center ring and the way you added a little bit of green right in there. Oh, I've never been able to accomplish that. I just think it's beautiful. And your shadows right here, that is exquisite. I've never been able to get my shadows to look that good. So congrats. That's awesome. Very good. Very good. And this up here, I'm sure it's going to be equally as pretty when it's complete. So this is where you're at. This is the stage that the image was sent to me. Okay, so I'm going to show you this technique up here, but first I wanted you to look at the pan, okay? So with my big one-stroke brush, we're going to take a little bit of transparent yellow and water it down in your pan, okay? And you can see it's nice and watered down, but I have it tilted so it's just going to keep running down here. Also, you want to have a little bit of your either permanent rose or your permanent alizarin crimson ready to go, and that I just squeezed it out so because I'm going to do a glaze of yellow and then drop this in and hit along the top there. Okay, so you're going to need two brushes, and I like to have two brushes ready, but I think it might be best if I took a little bit permanent rose and squeezed it right here. I'm just going to show you right there so you can see it together in the pan. Very good. Okay, so now I'm going to take the camera, turn it up so you can see up here, and here we go. Okay, I'm dropping in the transparent yellow. Nice. Okay, and that's where you can drop it in there and drop it in here and over here. Okay, now while it's still wet, you can come along and take your permanent rose, and it's a little heavier. You see that? It's a thicker and creamier, and you can drop it in right here while it's still wet and just let it move about and move about. Now, if you want it to become a little bit lighter or a little bit more orange, I just put a little bit more yellow on my brush and pull it together. Pull it together, right there, right there. I know you have a bigger area there, so you can just go ahead and drop that in. And what this is doing, it's loose. It's a loose technique. It's quick, and you get in, you get out, and call it a day. Okay, so there you have it. That easy, that quick. You get bonus points for extra values. Laying these in and just smoothing that out. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to move down to the bottom poppy, and this is your original that you handed in, and then this is some of my suggestions right in here, and you'll see that in the attachment that I sent you. Okay. That is what I'm indicating here is I'd love to see, what I would love to see is have you, I'm going to put this up here now, have you see how many dark areas that you have, 1, 2, 3, you know, all the way around. Now, I don't know, I'm assuming that, I'm just going to critique it as if you were finished, but I'm sure you're not, because I can see that there's still some areas that you're going to work in that there. But here's a suggestion. I'm not sure how you're going to approach it, or what you were thinking about finalizing this one. What I see here in your original that you handed in is that you have like a couple dark spots here, 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 and here. Now, I've noticed that that seems to be the theme in some of the images that are have been handed in for this poppy. And I'm thinking that perhaps there was something that I did or said in the video that indicated, you know, showing those dark areas. But let's say it draws, okay, so this tends to, you know, be a little bit of a distraction if it were to stay this way. And I'm just going to use this as if it was staying this way. But for instance, this dark and this dark, we want to distribute our darks evenly. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the here, and I have another demo piece that I'm going to actually work on. Okay, and here we go, right here. Now, so let's say you have there you go. So you have a couple here, boink, 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 right? You know, kind of here and there throughout. Okay, so my eye gets drawn to that instead of you know, looking at the whole poppy. And how to you know, get it so you want people to look all the way around, and all you have to do is redistribute a few more darks here and there, or, you know, just kind of add a medium to dark value next to it so it doesn't pop so much. Those darks are there in order to make something else come forward. We don't want it to be the center of attention. Okay, so here it goes. And then add a little bit more. I might add a little bit more here and there. You know, but you want to be careful not to, you know, go too crazy like I tend to do with my darks. But just pull it up, and I had a teacher tell me once, he said, make those darks dissolve. What he meant was fan it out from dark, medium to light, okay? And then it doesn't draw so much attention. Like when I look at this one, I think this still is drawing too much attention, but we can pull a little bit more just like that, okay? So that's just one of those helpful hints that you may or may not use, but you know, it's up to you guys. For everyone that's watching this, if you know, it's just a suggestion, and it's something that you know, you might want to consider. Okay, so the way I'm looking at this, I still see this dark, 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 dark thing right there, there, there. Okay, up, 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 maybe right about there, and then maybe fan it from dark to light. Okay. Well, okay, so that's about it. And for you, Jan, again, your painting is just, it's scrumptious, it's lovely, it's beautiful. I can't wait to see your progress on this, and I want you to keep handing it in, and I can keep giving you, you know, little tips on where to go from here. But if you watch these other critiques, they may help as well. Okay? Now, it's on to Miss Tina. Okay, Tina from North Carolina. Here we go. We have Tina from North Carolina coming up. Okay. And here's the piece that she handed in. And beautiful, right? Wow, just lovely. And I'm thinking, what am I going to critique? Sometimes, okay, I got to tell you, all of you make it hard for me to critique and find things to, suggestions for you. But I found a few areas. This down here is the best. It's so wonderful. I keep staring at it and looking at it and thinking, wow, it's just, these shadows are excellent. Excellent. The stems, you got the stem in front and then graduating, gradually bringing it all back. And it gives you that sense of depth and fun and light source. It's great. Again, this right here is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What I like about this, not only is it just outstanding, the craftsmanship on painting this and this little bit of dark right here on this petal, but I love that you didn't try and separate these stamens down here, such as I. Oh my goodness, I look at mine and I'm like kind of ashamed. But I love that it's all one little fan of yellow, and I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. This is just beautiful right in here. I'm going to give you a little bit of a critique on the shadow though in this area right here. Okay, and this is my old demo right up here, and you're going to have to forgive it because it's been worked over pretty good. But I'm going to the best of my ability, I'm going to show you what I mean about a shadow right in here, okay? Now, for, let's see, I'm going to put my pan right here. And I want you to see, okay, I'm going to bring it on up. Okay, here is phthalo blue, right? And there's a lot of water there. And I'm going to give this a shot. This has been overworked, but I'm imagining yours just a little bit of a phthalo blue in that area to set that back, okay? Because this, I mean, you can just leave this as is, but if there is something I can critique, that's what I would actually say is this. So the shadow comes up and around, right? And I would just go ahead and glaze this all back, just like so. Okay, and then you can have fun with the shadow because it just weaves in and over these the the rippleness of these petals. Okay, nice, and you can make it stop right there, and then I'm going to come over here. Wow, that's dark, huh? Let's try and add a little bit of water. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to get a tissue first because I know it will drip. Okay, so let me stop it right there. So let me add a little bit of water. So let's say it gets a little too dark for you, like mine. Sometimes when I demo, I think I know I go overboard. I don't think. I know I go overboard because I'm trying to drive a point home, and that's how most of mine get so dark. Wow. Okay. Okay, and we're just going to let that drip on down. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and yeah, so that could be the shadow right about there and have it running around and in and out and over and about, And if you want, you don't have to do this whole thing. Like, let's say, boom, you lift it a little bit right there. Okay. And just have a little bit of sunshine hitting that. Okay, and just, maybe the shadow comes just right about like so. And it just kind of comes over that centerpiece right there. Okay, there you have it. So that is that portion of the critique. Now, I'm going to have to lift that back out again. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about your white flowers. And again, here is the critique right here. And here is your beautiful, lovely white lily. Or your white lily. Oh, thinking about the other painting. Your white poppy right there. Now, I think you might find it interesting. You don't have to do this, but I think you might find it interesting to actually put a little bit more blues and purples in here and have a little bit more fun with that area. And you can see that I have that happening a little bit up in here. I tend to get heavy-handed, so I try and back off a little bit, but I think what I'm doing is mixing that phthalo blue and a little bit of permanent rose right in here, okay? And then we're going to get this to slow down, right about there. Okay, and clean your brush, and you're going to come in and you're going to just knock that in right about there. Okay. There we go. And there we go, right about inside there. You know, you can give it just a little bit more shadow. Now, here's something that I discovered. I don't think this was on the video, but I did this to the finished one that I have, and I'm going to show you that right now. I brought this blue and I kind of scrubbed this a little, so I softened these edges right about here, okay? And I'm going to just pick that up just a little bit so you can see. And just to soften it and knock it back a little, okay? There we go, right there. And then a clean brush, very quickly like, okay? And here it comes. You know, and then you pull it on down, and then that is like in shadow, like this, okay? And I like adding a little bit of pink, tapping that in, so you got a lot of color within the shadow still, and knocking that back, just like so. And then if you want to get a little more dramatic with that, right, so it just depends on how, you know, I mean, you definitely have your own style, Tina, and I don't want to tell you to, you know, change your style, of course, or, you know, try or go too heavy-handed like myself, horsey, as Carol would say. And you know, I don't want you to think that you have to do that, but it's sometimes, you know, with your style combined with something that I can, you know, a little bit of a, you know, a little bit more aggressive handling, if you want to do that, if you want to call it aggressive handling, I don't know. You know, feel free not to do it or to try it, okay? And then on your pods, some of your pods that you have in here, and I showed you a few shadow tricks. So, because your light source is definitely coming from this direction, don't forget on these pods you can add a little bit of a shadow, which actually, again, helps, you know, knock that one side back. And that'll give you more of a 3D look. Okay? Right there and right there. And then you could just kind of knock that in and let it be. And just go up around and let that shadow have at it. Okay? So that's it for now. And then soon I'm going to do the lilies, and those will all come together. And I just thought the poppies would be fun to do together, so you both could see and see how everyone else is doing. But I want to tell you, you guys did awesome, awesome, awesome. And please keep sending me images. I can't wait to see your progress. And just because the course is over with doesn't mean the painting's over with, and doesn't mean that we can't still keep in touch. And so keep in touch. Let me know how you're doing. If you have any questions, email me at joycefaulkner@gmail.com. And you're going to be getting this link, and you're going to be getting your attachments with your lessons. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, very, very good. You guys should be patting yourselves on the back the whole time. Look at me, I just can't stop. Okay, alrighty. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and I'll be seeing you on the lily side.